We are here today because the ILWU and the ILA and the Teamsters, they offer their support in our struggle to get back our pension money. And that pension money is Aegon still that. Aegon is the parent company of Transamerica, and we sat down with them and find a solution, and they offer two less. That means that we are now on the international stage and try to bring them back to the knees.
How did they steal your pension money?
They bought our former pension insurance company, and we are 100% shareholders together with the employers. And the guys who took care of our shares, they didn't say anything, and in secret they were dealing with Aegon. They did it earlier in 2001, I guess it was, and that didn't work out because they were afraid about the unions. And in 2007, in August, they said, okay, let's go for it, and fuck them. Well, I mean, we are here now. On Thursday we are in the court of enterprise in the Netherlands, and we will fight them on the justice way, but also on the moral side. And that means that this means a lot for us, because Aegon, all the total income, 60% of the total income is from the United States.
Why did the union people, or apparently the employers, vote to turn it over to this private company?
Well, the private company was our own company, and 10 years ago we appointed a board to take care of the shares of that insurance company. But, well, they fall played. That was a problem with them. So they changed the rules so that they were in a position to sell the company, have a big bank account, and the bank account is 1.5 billion euros. That's about $2 billion. And, well, we are fighting them to get it back.
So they did this secretly without letting the...
Absolutely. No information whatsoever from their side to us. So we're very mad.
Not just for Dutch longshore workers. First we discovered that this famous, iconic Transamerica is building is no longer the headquarters for Transamerica. Yeah, Transamerica doesn't live here anymore. They moved to Iowa for the tax breaks. But their operational headquarters is actually in Baltimore, Maryland. And today, we have members of the Teamsters, members of the ILA. We have seafarers that are also protesting in front of the headquarters in Baltimore today.
This week, we asked the judge of the Enterprise Court in Amsterdam, the General Reserve of Aegon, which they bought from Optas, the insuring company, to assign to the pension fund. The capital of 1.7 billion euro is not at disposal of the shareholders of Aegon, but may only be used for the pension of dock workers.
They took up and took off with 1.7 billion euros. Now that is horrible. And who did it? It was Aegon. Aegon is a parent company to Transamerica, and that's why we're here today. We're here today to tell them, put back the money. 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 Put back the money.
Hold up. First, walk to the real mud. Second, walk to the real mud.
It is an important step in that campaign to hold this corporation more accountable. It's great to have everybody and everyone here today, but the battle is not over yet. On behalf of the 60,000 dock workers and the pensioners, I want to thank you for standing with us. We are fighting for justice, and we know Workers United will never be defeated. Workers United will never be defeated.
We are here to stand with Niek Stam and the Dutch dock workers in this very serious struggle that has to do with, I guess, the most sacred of union benefits, which is our pensions, so that when we can no longer work, we can at least retire in dignity and maintain a standard of living whereby we don't fall into poverty in our golden years. So as we witness the tax, not only on wages in particular, but on all the benefits, the welfare benefits that that take care of us while we're alive and working, but also our pension benefits, and that's where the attacks are coming, and on the working class. So therefore, we can identify with what's happening to the Dutch dock workers right now, in an era where there's so much corporate corruption, corporate greed, deceiving working class people of all their hard-earned money. I'm seeing a lot of gray-headed folks now having to return to the workforce because their pensions have disappeared. So we wanted to be here to, like they said, to fight this battle and this type of atrocity while it's somewhere else. Because if you don't fight it and stand with them now, you'll be fighting the same fight here at home very soon.
We need to take action internationally against these banking companies and insurance companies that are getting billions of dollars in bailouts and ripping off the workers like this. We need to see some strike action behind this. That's what's needed.
Is that called for here?
Absolutely, because if the Dutch dock workers' pensions can be threatened, that can happen in any country around the world, any port.
What do you think that the solution is being presented here by the unions?
Well, I think it's a false strategy. They're in cahoots with the employers, and the employers are a big business, just like the insurance companies, the banking companies, and they're bought and trade on the stock markets, whether it's in Europe or here. And who's to say that the company that owns Transamerica can't the next day buy one of the shipping companies? Historically, the insurance companies and the banking companies have always been tied in with the shipping companies. That's the nature of capitalism.
What do you see about international action of all transportation workers worldwide to stop these attacks on workers, the economic crisis, the justification for cutting pensions, cutting wages, everything?
I think if we joined up together, we can do a good thing for our memberships all over the world. I mean, we are powerful. We move the cargo, and moving cargo means economy. So I mean, we are here. We are here today, the day after tomorrow we are in the Netherlands, and we have to build structures, and we are doing that with the Teamsters, we are doing that with the ILWU, we are doing that with the ILA, and with the MUA in Australia, and we have to build much more and more strong structures that we can defend our rights.
Are you confident that if the unions unite and act collectively internationally, they can win?
Yeah. I mean, we showed that already in Europe 2 times when the European Commission wanted to liberalize our dock work. That means that everybody can do dock work.
You mean deregulate?
Yeah, deregulate, yeah, privatize. Or,
privatize?
Yeah, right. And 2 times we fought hard and the victory was ours. So we can do it. We fought with all the European dock workers 2 times in a row. We shut down all the ports. We were on the streets. We battled with the police. We battled with the European Commission. And the victory was ours.
Well, millions of workers have lost their pensions in these 401ks. Yes. Even workers in defined benefits, their pensions have collapsed. What is the solution for working people here and around the world to this crisis?
Well, again, strong contracts, more unionization, international solidarity with the working class. Like you said earlier, there got to be general strikes to get the attention of our government and everyone. You know, all this deregulation that has been going on, corporate greed, those two together can reap havoc on the average working person. So exactly what is the solution to all of this? It's a very complicated, complex question, but I know we can begin by starting to unite, to put pressure on our government, to win stronger contracts, to build our pensions, and to make sure that what rightfully belongs to the workers that they receive.
Do you think it was a good decision to bail out the banks in the United States?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think that the monies that the money should have been used to bail out the American people more so than the banks. I believe those monies we don't know where those monies have gone. They can be shifted overseas. I'm not a corporate exec, but I am a working class individual, and I know that we certainly haven't done anything wrong. And where we find most Americans at right now, with all these foreclosures and so forth, they are the one that needs the bailout, not the banks, because they can simply merge, buy out, sell out, move move monies offshore, we have no clue. But I know one thing, the workers are here, they're working hard every day, and they ought to be rewarded for what they do.
You're against the bailout of the banks and insurance companies by the U.S. government?
Absolutely. We need to nationalize the banks and the insurance companies under workers' control. As long as it's in private hands, they're going to continue to rip off workers. Workers are going to lose their jobs, their homes are being foreclosed, and the only solution is to just take them over.
But the Democrats and Obama have different plans, don't they?
Well, that's right. There's really not much of a difference between the Democrats and Republicans. They both supported the bailouts of the banks and the financial institutions, and I think we're going to see some real class struggle shaping up in the next several months, because people have illusions that Obama's going to change things, and he's not. He's a capitalist politician like all the rest in the Democratic and Republican parties.
And then we caught the sergeant arms, and then we smashed their little hats. And then we smashed their little hats. Am I right or wrong? You're right. Are we weak or strong? We're strong. Sound off. 1, 2. Sound off. 3, 4. Break it on down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are about ready to see a new day in the United States. We're about ready to see a new day in which we're going to take back our country, in which working men and women are finally going to have a voice in their government in Washington and move things in a direction that we haven't seen in at least 8 years. And I want to thank you all for rising in solidarity. The fat cats, your day is over in the United States. With our new presidency and with international solidarity, we are going to change this country around and change our relationships around the world so that America can be seen truly as a friend to all workers throughout the United States.